Over 40 and scared to start. Is this you? Well, this was me exactly 2 months ago. And while sadly, I'm still over 40, I'm happy to report that I am no longer scared. So in today's video, I want to talk about how you guys can move past the fear of starting. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You've always loved this idea of starting a YouTube channel. It's been on your mind for a long time. You've thought about it. You've liked this idea of working for yourself, the autonomy of creating something from scratch with your own two hands, of it becoming a business or a side hustle, or maybe just a passion project, something that you can work on as a hobby in your free time to express yourself creatively. You like this idea of building a community and potentially even monetizing your skills. All of that sounds amazing, right? But then the more you look into it, the more you realize how difficult it can be. And you start to get a little discouraged. And then little by little, there's this voice in your head that starts to creep in to tell you that you're not good enough and that you don't have anything interesting to say. And who would even listen to you? And how do you even get started? There's all this tech stuff to worry about. How do you film? How do you edit? How do you even script or outline for your video? There's just so many things to think about, and you start to get down on yourself. And that critic, that voice, starts to get really loud. And little by little, you are convinced not to take any action at all. You start exploring this idea of, what would my friends and family think? Would they think less of me for being so naive that I should be on YouTube to begin with? Isn't this a young person's game? Isn't it too late to have started on YouTube? It feels like the people who are going to be successful have already been on the platform for 5-10 years. There's simply no room. There's no demand for anything I would have to say. It's going to take me years to get good anyways. And by then, that ship has sailed. And then that voice reminds you about how self-conscious you are, about your appearance, about your weight, maybe your complexion. In my case, self-conscious about your teeth and your smile. Maybe you're worried about how you sound. Maybe you have an accent, or maybe you think you're too monotone, you do too many ums and ahs, or maybe it's the simple exercise of pressing record where you go completely brain dead. Literally, like you cannot complete a sentence to save your own life. You can't string two coherent thoughts together. How the heck are you going to record a video if you can't even talk? And then you start to evaluate, how can I manage YouTube with my 9 to 5 or with my family that I have to take care of? I have other social obligations or hobbies that I have to attend to. Where can I fit all of this in? It seems to me that YouTube, for a lot of people, almost feels like a second job with no pay. Or maybe, just maybe you're like me, where you've completely convinced yourself that over the last 45 years, you've never been good at a single thing ever in your entire life. And so why should YouTube be any different? Now, does any of that sound familiar? 3 months ago, all of this was me. I was a tense, neurotic, anxious, confused, and otherwise scared version of myself. I had been procrastinating for months, overthinking, sitting on my hands, doing endless research, and not taking any meaningful action. I was convincing myself that at most I would post 2 to 3 videos, and then I would get frustrated and discouraged by the lack of progress and eventually just wash out and give up altogether. I had no confidence. I had no skills. I didn't know anybody in the YouTube community that could help me. Even the people in real life that I would talk to about YouTube, they were all in and supporting me, but it was all very superficial, and as it should be. Like, why should they care about YouTube as much as I do? And I felt like even talking about it became a bit of a burden for the other person, because now they're forced into this conversation with me where they have to humor me. They have to fake excitement in a way, or pretend that it's going to work out when deep down they, and even I, probably know it's not going to. So you know what I've realized after 60 days of being on YouTube with 16 videos is that I don't give a f. I'm too old at 44 years old to actually care what other people are going to think about me. Whether they like me or not, I don't have the time to spend not doing things for fear of other people's reactions. So if you're my age or older, I would encourage you, whenever you're worried about what somebody else will think, just think of the acronym IDGAF and convince yourself that that is your truth. Because my truth is that the first day that I posted my first video, the minute it went live and I had no more control, I felt an enormous weight lifted off of my shoulders. All of that shame and worry and fear and anxiety about starting and worrying about what other people were going to think, it just fell off a cliff. It was almost instantaneous how just it vanished. It was immediately replaced with other fears about, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for my next videos? But it was that first step that I think is the most crucial step any creator can take on any new venture. And what I came to realize is that the minute that video went live, I had done something more challenging, more risky, more bold than most people will ever attempt in their lives. And I would argue that 9 out of 10 people you meet, probably over the last 15 to 20 years, have thought about YouTube and starting a channel and wondering what it would be like to be on YouTube for whatever reason. And 99% of those people, for all the reasons I described earlier, will never do it. And when I started, I had no idea if anyone would watch. And even if they did, if they would like it or hate it, but I had to do it anyway. And when I did, there was an enormous relief lifted off of my shoulders. So if you're scared to start, embrace it. Let it wash over you and let it remind you that you care. And let it remind you you're not dead and that you still have time in this world to make an impact on other people's lives. Because one day you'll be on your deathbed and you will have looked back at this moment and you will give anything to be back here, as terrified as you are, as anxious and worried and scared as you are, to be able to have that freedom to choose whether to record this first video. If you are scared to start, let it motivate you to prepare and practice. Because the best way to put out a fire is to suck all the oxygen out of the room. And the best way to push past fear is to drown it with confidence and knowledge and preparation. If you're too scared to start, remember that your first 10, 20, and 30 videos are you with your training wheels on. And you're allowed to hit that curb. And you're allowed to fly over the handlebars as many times as you need. But you're also allowed to get back up time and time and time again. And you're allowed to be proud of your scabs and your bruises, because those blemishes make you who you are. And that's how you develop unique experience, character, and wisdom. If you're too scared to start, remind yourself that everyone else has started where you are now. Most will never take that first step. So when you do, you will already be that much more ahead of everyone else. If you're too scared to start, your fear is precisely why you should start, because everything you ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. And for me, what that means is nothing that is worth chasing in life ever comes easily. And the sweetness of accomplishment can only be tasted after the bitter taste of failure. So start failing today, fail fast, and fail often. If you're too scared to start, I was in your shoes 2 months ago, and posting my first video was the best decision I could have made for my self-worth and for my confidence. It's gotten me out of bed every single day since. It's given me a sense of mission and purpose. And it's demanding better habits of me, meaning I'm sleeping better because I'm more deliberate about going to bed early and waking up early. It's helping me build better habits because I'm making a point every single day to learn and to study and to practice being on camera. And it's helping me with clarity and focus with my thoughts. Now, I can't guarantee you will have any of the same results or benefits, but you absolutely owe it to yourself to try. Now, why has starting on YouTube been among the best decisions I've made, and why would it be a good decision for you? In my first 60 days, I have put myself out there in the world, on the internet, 16 times. I've been stretched, I've been challenged, I've been forced to learn and to implement and to experiment and ultimately to fail. I've been forced outside of my comfort zone many, many times to network with other people who I otherwise wouldn't interact with, to insert myself into different groups on social media, Facebook, YouTube, school, and to be proactive in my outreach to find others who are doing similar things. I've been forced to think about my superpower, if I even have one, and what skills, if any, I have that I could potentially monetize, since my goal is to make this a business. I've been forced to think about running this like a business and not just a hobby or a passion project. I've had to set boundaries with my calendar, with my friends, with my family, with other social obligations to prioritize this one thing, YouTube. I've had to practice my elevator pitch, this 30-second blurb of what the heck is my channel even about. If someone were to ask you right now, hey, what's your channel about? Would you have a good 30-second elevator pitch to describe it with enough clarity and detail that they would walk away knowing exactly what your mission is? Think about that. And after 60 days, I'm starting to identify as the person that I wanted to be 3 months ago. And I'm seeing the very beginning stages of a community forming around my channel who I'm learning a lot from, and that I in turn can help nurture and grow as well. So if you want to grow as a person, if you want to be challenged and stretched, if you want to experience meaningful change, to start identifying as the person that you want to be, then you should start. And it'll be among the best decisions you make this year. If you want to learn new, real skills, talking to camera, how to set a scene for filming, how to edit a video, how to optimize for search, how to build and grow a business, how to express yourself creatively, then you should start. If you have an existing business or a side hustle and you want to expand it through content marketing, you should start. If you are ready to win the battle against that voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough, to push beyond the fear, to replace it with confidence and swagger and knowledge that others seek you out for, then you should start. And if you are ready to shed yourself of the guilt of procrastinating and making excuses and convincing yourself that you're a loser, then you should start. Now, there's no guarantees of any success on YouTube, but there's one thing I can guarantee, and that is the world deserves to hear from you. You have something valuable to offer, whether you know it or not. And if I'm being honest, this isn't even about you. YouTube is about your audience and your tribe. So if you can get out of your own way, you will be able to provide something of value to somebody else out there. Your tribe will find you. It's just a matter of time, and they're waiting to hear from you. So I've only got 2 questions left to ask. 1, why not you? And 2, why not now?